want to make something like this, let's make the player class. Look at how the player class will look. So the player is on the board, so it should have an x and y coordinates on the board, so x and y. And it will have a health attribute and health. It will have the list of commands that it's executing, right? So command list and and so let's leave the player class for now and look at the command class. So command, how is it gonna look? We are giving a command at a specific point on the map, so it will also have x and y. The command will be executed on this coordinate on the map. It also will have a string type. So a string that will describe this command or what this command does. And also we will have an ID. We have to have an identifier for each command. And I forgot to add this in the player. We will also have an int ID. So we also want the player to be able to add commands to them. So we'll add a function for that. Add command void. And okay, so yes, so now we are able to add a command. Now we also will define the functions for this and for this. Font the void make canon and void make building. And we want a function to do all of this, to connect all of this. So void start executing. So this function will loop over the list of commands and check its type. So check this type, and if it's a building, it will call make building, and if it's a cannon, it will call make cannon. So right, this is a simple approach to this, and so the scenario again, we will add a player on the map, and then we will add commands to it. And for each command, when we first add the first command, we will start executing. We will call this function. Let's get a. So the first command we will call start executing. So loop over uh, actions and start executing them. But the second and third time and so on, we will not call start executing again. So this function will run, and we will be able to add while it's running to the list, and those added commands in the list will wait for their turn to execute. So when the current command finishes, it knows that the list will now go over to the next command and to the next command and to the next. So this is running in parallel, and we're adding commands to the list while it's running. Okay, so that's it for this simple initial design. I will go to the code and show how this is done, and we'll come back and make this into the command pattern. So